Here is the one I have in the bathroom. I'm not sure the wattage, but it's basically a nightlight one. I did want to show you how I changed the wax out of these ones. And sorry about the TV in the background, you guys. So I just put, and I use the Dollar Tree cotton balls. And Angela, you did ask me how many are in here, and as you can see, there's 100. They're good, and they're large. So I think they're worth it to remove your wax. See, as you can see, and all I do is just chunk this in the trash. And sometimes I'll need 3, it just depends, but there you go. That's how you change the wax. You can use this method on any warmers, or you can even put them in the freezer. This I don't, obviously, because, oh, it looks like I can use one more to clean it out just a little better. So, see? Yep, that's how you change your wax out of the plugins or any with the cotton ball method. The warmer that I have in the living room, and as you can see, there is a dish and it's hot, but in a light bulb. That light bulb is 25 watts, and this particular one I got from Scentsy. This comes off, but I mean, really, you can get any warmer from anywhere. But I want to show you, you can use the cotton ball method as well, but I did want to show you what I usually do is I turn it off when I'm ready to change the wax, and I put the plate in the freezer. So I don't know if I can get it now because it's hot. Yeah. So I'm gonna go set this in the freezer. I don't recommend walking with hot wax in a hot plate at all. What I would do normally is just turn it off, let the wax get hard, and then set it in the freezer. You guys will have to excuse my freezer, you guys. But yeah, and then I'll show you what it looks like after about 5 minutes. Here is my next warmer, and this is what's in my kitchen. And this particular one is actually from Colonial Candle. Actually, and it's a warming plate. I don't like this one because it's oval. If you had one that was nice, big, and round, then you could set a candle on top. This one gets real hot, but as you can see, there's the bottom, and I will have to wait to put this in the freezer. Or again, you can use the cotton ball method. Here is one that, there's a lot of glitter, so ones that are a lot of glitter, I don't like to use the cotton ball method. I do like to put them in the freezer. But as you can see, I just turned it off. How you know it's on is by this red light. And like I said, I'm not sure on the wattage, but this is gets really, really hot. Hotter than my 25 watt warmers. So if you have a wax that needs to be heated to a high heat, I'd recommend using one of these, because like I said, it gets really, really hot. And if you are going to buy one like this, I'd recommend a round one. I don't know. I'm not too fancy of the oval. I mean, I guess it's your preference. It is small. I mean, I don't know if you guys can really tell in a video, but it is small. And in the children's room, I do also have a 25 watt pink zebra one. But like I said, I used to have Walmart ones, and I recommend Walmart ones. I don't think that you need to spend a ton of money on warmers. So, but it was asked, what kind of warmers do I use and what kind of wax? I have a viewer that's having trouble with not being able to smell. So she wanted to know what warmers I used, and then I'll give some advice on some of the wax and which warmers to use with what wax, or what I've learned so far. I also wanted to show you, this is the one that came from my bedroom, and it is a Scentsy one. Again, 25-watt light bulb I have in this one. And this is actually, the wax that's in here is a Bath & Body Works Twisted Peppermint. When I was burning it, it smelled nasty, so I just put it in the freezer and cut up the candle and use them as wax warmers, or sorry, wax melts. So also the other method is just to turn off your warmer and put it in the freezer from here. So now it's cooled down. I don't want to walk through the whole house with this hot plate. So now it's cooled down and I'm going to put it in the freezer. And I just wanted to show you the wax after it's been in the freezer for 5 minutes. It just basically comes right out. And this is the only one that I have trouble with that doesn't come right out. So I'll show you a tool that I use. I've used a fork. I use one of these little sticks. You can use anything, and I can't do it with one hand, but you can get it popped out from doing this. So I just put it on the side here, and as you can see, of course, it popped right out. I got to do it with the rest of it, but the reason why, like I said, I like to do the glitter ones with the freezer method is because, as you can see, you can get all the glitter like that. So I'm going to clean these out. Now, some of my OCD people, this may give you guys OCD, but sometimes, especially during the week, I just pop out the wax. I'll leave the edges like that. Some people completely clean it out. I do it about once a week. I completely clean it out. Ooh, I can't talk this morning. And also, let me show you this warmer. That's just how it looks. You see? And the wattage is the light bulb. But there is a million warmers out there. And it's ready for some wax and ready to be turned back on. That we've talked about warmers, we're going to get on to the wax. This is, well, all 4 of these, and this is what I have in wax. These are ones from Walmart. So that is all of my wax. So let's talk wax. One of the questions that I had was, you know, someone was using the same scents as I was and they're not smelling it, which could be a couple reasons. It could be the burners. It could be the amount of wax they're putting in. Sometimes what throws for me may not throw for you, but I did want to go over some of the wax, how much I use for particular burners and certain scents. So what I've learned is cotton candy, scents like that, sugary, pink sugar, blue sugar, stuff like that, isn't that strong. It's not a strong scent. So it's one of those light throwers. Bakeries are really, really strong. I'm just not a huge fan of bakery. So what I like in scents, you may not like in scents. So, but I did want to show you ones that I'm like, oh my goodness, out the park kind of scent, and ones I'm not having the best of luck because I myself am playing around. There are certain waxes that need to be heated at a higher temp, and there's some that just need a low temp to set off a good throw. So, for example, this is from the Smell Good shop, and this is the White Rabbit, and this is pink sugar. So that is a light one. Mint, which is a strong scent, and cake. So this is kind of like a mixture of all 3. I've been putting a lot of mint and twisted peppermint, things like that in my bedroom just to help my son because he's got a little bit of cold. And when he's watching cartoons in my room, I just like to melt these. So if you guys know, this Scentsy warmer, the big dish one, is in my room. And I originally thought, let me throw 2 in there. But I've noticed that I have thrown in more wax than it needs. And the next time, for example, I'll throw in 2 and I get the same amount of throw that I throw in 1. So you always want to experiment. Sometimes I will cut these in half. or sometimes I'll put the whole thing, or 2. So I experimented with this scent, and I only put in 1. Now, it didn't last me all day. At first, it was a strong peppermint for about 3-4 hours, maybe 5 hours. And then the rest of the day, I started smelling just cake. So if I would have put in 2, I think it would have been really, really too strong of a mint. But then it would have been a good cake smell at the end, because the cake smell that I have at the end on 1 is very light. So it just depends, okay? For example, this Barbershop, which I absolutely love, I put the whole cube in my bathroom, my nightlight warmer. Usually I will cut these in half. So in my bathroom one, I don't use as much because, of course, the dish is smaller. And it just depends. This Barbershop from the Smell Good is very, very strong. So there's some that I'll put the whole and some that I'll put the half. So that's what I mean by experimenting with just different vendors. I like to do empties videos. That's my favorite thing to do. Empties on beauty products and wax products. Just so, you know, I can let you guys know what threw for me, what didn't. Rose Girls, for example, first of all, Rose Girls, a lot of them have given me a lot of scent. But the Biolage one is out the park. 3 days. Perfect. Very, very strong. What I have heard is if you don't like shampoo smells, on cold, this does not smell like it does warm. Warm is amazing. This is actually, out of all my scents, my favorite one. But, for example, this, you see how a square is. I will put half of one of these in my restroom, and sometimes I'll have to turn it about that size. Sometimes I'll have to, or right there, I'll have to turn it off because it is really, really strong, and I can't smell my other scents in my other rooms because this stuff is so strong. So what I was told is this scent is really good with strawberry, so I'm going to try that. Thank you, Angela, for the recommendation. The Cherry Berry Punch is a strong cherry. And cherries give off a good throw. Well, I guess it depends with different vendors. But I really like that. Now, the one I'm struggling with, because she makes it also depends. Different vendors use different wax types and different combinations. So sometimes it's always good to ask a vendor, hey, does your wax have any cure time? Which means, you know, the scent doesn't perform its best until a certain amount of date. So this vendor puts her pour date. So, you know, it's always good to say, hey, you know, Wild or Sassy Wax Melts, does your wax take a while to cure? Or, and I'm not about waiting to use my wax. I want to use it now. Or do you prefer it high heat or low heat on your wax? This one is more natural wax. I have put it in my regular burners, and it's not throwing as much for me on the ones that I've tried. Actually, I tried this one. This was like, I already used half of it because I just wasn't getting a whole lot of throw. I mean, I was still smelling it, but it wasn't the kind of throw that I need. I like out the park, you know, you leave your house, you walk in, and oh my God, what is that smell? It smells so good kind of. I don't like light throwers. Some people do, some people don't. Some people get headaches, some people don't. I need it very, very strong. So, Sassy, I'm still playing around with hers. Again, you'll see, like, in my empties, what I thought about it, what burners. Here's, like, Rose Girls. I mean, I've got everything, and I'm experimenting, and I think that's why I've, you know... See, this one, I ordered this one, and I'm not a fan of this scent. But it could be different. When you smell it on cold, it could be different when you warm it. So you never know. And then here, I have Fat Wax, which I just got, or Love for All Things Wax. She was my very first vendor that I got. Now, I did get her blender bars, and instead of making my own combination, I just used or picked ones off hers. What I have tried in her blender bars was this one, And I put the whole thing, the whole bar in here. But again, I am going to play around with her blender bars because most likely I can cut these in half. As you can see, because, I mean, they're pretty big bars. Or also I can mix these with certain scents. So a scent that you smell, I mean, you can always mix it. Like, for example, this is like a virgin grape bubblegum lollipop, cotton candy, and fizzy pop. This is probably not going to be, well, actually, I don't know, because hers are really, really strong. If it's not real strong, I would add something else like, I don't know, I may add a cherry or something like that. Now, also vendors give out scent shots or ones like this. This particular one is, I would cut in half. So I would use half of that wax. You've got chunks like this. This is actually my other favorite one. I'm hoarding it. It's a Fruity Pebble scent. And they came in much bigger, but let me see if I can pull one out. But what I did is I chopped it up. So this was even, it was big chunks, and I just chopped it up myself. It's Fruity Pebbles, you guys. Here's what this one is, but I really like the Fruity Pebbles. So a bit different than Fruit Loops. So, yeah, and then on something like this, actually, I'll probably show you in another bin. I think I have, or is it in here? Yeah, it is. So, I've already chopped. This one used to be a waffle. So, I have big ones in here because I wasn't sure how it would throw. And then I cut up even small ones. As you can see, this is not my favorite scent. This is like an acquired one. So that's why there's still so much of that one. This one is really, really strong. This was a frog. Let me show you what the frogs look like. Look how big they are. I've already used more than half of this. This is very, very strong. I'm not a fan of pumpkin right now. Or I'm just not feeling pumpkin. But you don't really smell pumpkin out of this. But this is, so as you can see, I'd use like, you know, just little chunks. This stuff's really, really strong. I made the mistake of melting like one of these size chunks. And it was even too strong. So, again, it's all about experimenting with different vendors. Her hearts, I used a whole heart. And this scent just wasn't that strong for me in the one that I used. But, again, it's because of what's in here. So, cotton candy is not too strong. So, let me show you some other stuff I have. So, this is my melting basket right here. These are the scents that I pulled out that I decided I wanted to melt this week and make a video on and let you know what I've gone through. But, for example, this is, again, smell good shop. And I cut this bad boy, as you can see, little less than half. And what I used this is I put it in with the Fabuloso. Because the Fabuloso scent is so strong that it almost kicked me. I almost had to leave my home. It was that strong. So that's that's how much I used, and I put them together. And I put the lemon just to mild it out a little bit. And in my bathroom, I used 1 cube, as you can see. So in my kitchen, the hot plate one, I used 2. So I used 2 because it gets really, really hot. Now, ones like Better Homes and Sensationals, a lot of ones only last an entire day. They'll last the entire day and maybe a little bit of the morning for me in my hot plate one. So that's just one that gets really, really, really hot. I'm still experimenting with made to melt. I'm not getting the kind of, like I said, I don't like mild throws. I like strong ones. But yeah, these will all be in my empties. This one I put in my kitchen, and this threw for a good 2 days. I'm surprised because it's Better Homes and Garden, but I guess it's just because of the pumpkin. Now, on cold, you smell lemony, nothing but lemon. Maybe just a tad of pumpkin. And when I melted it, I smelled more pumpkin than I wanted to. Actually had to turn this off and change it out because I couldn't handle how strong it was. Here's a barbershop. My favorite on hers, or my favorite from her is her barbershop. So that's how much I used in my bathroom. Now, I have used a whole scent shot before. An entire scent shot. And again, it just depends the vendor. It depends the scent. Here's one from Hayden Rowe, Fizzy Pop. And I cut it into 3s. So all right, so let's go to this bin. So, you're asking, how do you cut it, Nicole? What do you do? So, these are the, what do you call them? Cutting boards. Disposable ones from Dollar Tree. And I just cut it in half. I don't throw them away right away, as you can see. As a matter of fact, I wash them. I just got lazy and threw it in, you know, one of my bins. But I just cut them in half, so I use about a surface this large. This is from Dollar Tree as well. Now, they do have ones that are for candle or soap cutting, and I recommend those. I mean, it may not be as messy, but if you just want to pay $1 like I did, you can do that. I mean, just whatever. You can, some people cut it with a knife. I mean, just be careful if it's real hard wax. Here is Bath and Body Works Twisted Peppermint is all I have. Oh, you can even see. I love this one in the bedroom. Sometimes I'll mix it with stuff too. And so this is an actual candle. I've got, I mean, I've got a lot of vendors in here. Well, that one smells good. This is a scent you would never think. Sweetgrass, but it smells really good. See, I cut this up and melted it in the kitchen. And I don't know, I just wasn't that happy. Like I said, I still got to experiment. Here's a lot of the Hayden Rowe ones. So again, these would last me 3. Birch beer smells just like root beer. Huh, smells so good. That's my only one. So a lot of these I'm hoarding. So this one I'm sure is not going to be real strong. Lemonade Parade, because it's strawberry watermelon lemonade. So this one, lavender mint and cotton candy, I put 2, and I put that 2 in my Scentsy, my bedroom warmer, and it worked fine. I do think if I would have put 1, I wouldn't have smelt it that strong. And again, I'm the type of person that likes it real strong. Winter candy apple. Okay, so, and some others is Pink Zebra. Remember I was selling this? And so I have the jars. Now these, I didn't get as good a throw on real hot warmers. These are more for 25 watt. I do know that because I have experimented a lot with Pink Zebra. So this would be obviously in my Pink Zebra ones, in my Scentsy ones. But in my restroom, which that nightlight one gets really hot, or the hot plate in my kitchen, I just don't get as good of throw. What is my, I love this one. I love Frost, wait, is it? No. It's this one. Oh, I love it. I'm hoarding this one. Sweet Pea and Lily. What's my other one I love? Oh, they also have these. Scent Burst. You can just put them in your warmers and it's not actually wax. It's It's weird how it works, but I mean, it works. I just don't, I'm not digging pumpkin scent right now. But that's what it looks like. It's supposed to be more safer, you know. They have those. California Boy is one I love. That is Lemon Pound Cake. I love Hope Fruitios. I love. The only one that I keep smelling and I'm not, and I kind of go back and forth, is this eggnog and cupcake. Because sometimes I smell like a milk note and I'm like, eh. But then I'll go back to it and I'm like, oh, it smells really good. And then I'm like, oh, why haven't I melted it? And, you know. So these I can tell you for sure. And I think, oh, it's not in here. You can make candles with those too. So you got those. And then, let me come over here. And sorry about the mess. I'm doing this in a small space. So I haven't tried these particular one of Yankee Candles, but I have tried the round one of Yankee Candles. Like, they're like little round, they look like seashells, and they did not throw for me. So I got these for 50 cents or $1. So, you know, I picked all, or my husband picked up all that they had in Yankee Candle. I'm going to try it again. He got scents that are real strong scents, like evergreen, so they'll probably throw good. These are all really fall scents, but if you guys don't know and you're just watching this video, head to Walmart because, yeah, see the prices of these? Yankee, yeah, they were $1. I mean, it's cheap. And I have big cartons of Pink Zebra as well in here. I have a bag. Also, just to let you guys know, storage is very important on how your wax throws. So, you always want to use polypropylene is the correct way to say it, bags. And they're not Ziploc bags. It's like, I don't know if you can kind of tell, but if you use a Ziploc bag, then it will suck out the oils, the scents in your wax. So I have in the past used glass jars, my old glass jars to store my wax. And I have made the mistake of putting it in a regular Ziploc bag. And yeah, it didn't go too well. I did want to show you guys this. This is a candle that I cut up. And since this wax was so heavily oiled and soft, it didn't turn out pretty like other people's do. But I don't care because I'm just putting it in a warmer to melt. But this is marshmallow candy cane. We love marshmallow and we love candy cane. We like mint scents too. So I've even put a candle in the freezer. And I've cut it up. And these are what size? I did it real thin, but a bigger disc. So you can use ones like this. Now, when you do put your wax in the freezer, it may take you a second to get the wax out. But, oh, look, Sweet Pea and Lily. I have one. Let me see. That smells really good. So, with that being said, to help you out, because I was going to comment, you know who you are. I was going to comment, but I was like, oh, it's too much to type. So, I did want to make a video for you. So, thank you, dear, for, giving me a video idea. And I do hope this helps. If I'm not sure on what wax you're using because you said you have a lot bigger place than I do. So what I would recommend is, and you said you only use half of your home, or you're in half your home most of the time. So what I would recommend is, I have one in every room that I am in. If you want very, very strong, kick you out of the house strong, headache strong, then I'd put the same scent in every warmer in every room. I have done that. But I like to put a different scent in every room because every room that I walk in, I want to smell something different. I have a smaller square footage than you, so I have the problem of my bathroom warmer leaking out into my living room and mixing with the living room scent, and then leaking into the bedroom and mixing with that scent. So I kind of have to be cautious on would they smell good together, or sometimes I'll put one that doesn't have a strong throw in one area of the apartment. And ooh, Ultimate Lemon, and oh, that's real strong. And, you know, vice versa. So, another thing is I've noticed if you like sweet candy scents like I do, Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops, Sweet Pea, and Lily, you would think that it's like flowery scent. No, it's like sweet, almost candy scent. And what else? Fruit scent, cherry. Cherry is so strong. Strawberry, depends on vendor. Let's see. I like cleaning ones. So far, I have not been disappointed by any cleaning. Cologne ones are kind of hit and miss for me. Oh, that's all cleaning. Here's one I haven't tried. Downy Clean Breeze Ultimate Lemon. So this is ones that are already mixed. But again, you can play around. If you've got a nice little collection, you can... oh, here's an empty bag. You can play around with your scents. But, see, this is one I'm not like a huge fan of. It's like a clean, but it's a different kind of clean. But yeah, you can mix around. So here's Fruit Loops that came on one of the... what do you call it? One of the things that I cut up. These are strong. And the kids steal these ones from me. But yeah, again, it just depends on the wax. How you're storing it is important. I store, as you can see, I have a big gap between my bed and the floor. So I store my bins under the bed. However, I've ran out of room because of so much wax that I've accumulated that, yeah, I kind of ran out. But I am trying to go through my wax and kind of not have as much maybe. But yeah, I hope this helped you in some type of way. Again, please watch my empties so I can let you know about certain scents. Also, if you're a wax lover like myself, I have several on the channel. Angela, Aaron, several people. You guys comment down below as well. Help each other out. Let us know what scents really throw for you, what you've done, what warmers you use. Any tips and advice would be greatly appreciated, just so everyone can check out this video and get some advice from each other. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Bye, guys.